Hello fellow collectors, this is Maybug Game Studio. Today I am gonna show you Tau Cyberpunk painting tutorial, part 2. I am Chris. I've been collecting miniatures since I was 11. With my wonderful team, we are creating several armies for wargaming per month. Today, I'm gonna show you my thought process behind designing Cyberpunk Tau army. In fact, the army spent half a year on a shelf unfinished. But after watching the Cyberpunk Edge Runners, I've decided to finally finish the job. In part 1, Nicola did the basing, posing and initial airbrush. In part 2, I'm going to show you the blending process, but also about my thoughts on the topic. It always starts with the hook, the thought that's interesting. In my opinion, interesting means different, but also well executed. So in this case, I was inspired in Cyberpunk color palette, night city landscape glowing with neon lights. A lot of viewers in the comments said that this style of painting reminds them the synthwave. This is the art style originated in 80s with electronic music called synthwave or retrowave. In visual art, it frequently uses vibrant colors like magenta, purple, yellow and a black background. Maybe it is a bit of exaggeration, but I feel like there is a lot of influence on synthwave in current visual arts. For example, John Wick 4, in particular some Berlin and Tokyo scenes, the anime No Game No Life with very odd specific purple hue, classic shots from Akira. When I forge the idea into an action, I always try to first understand why things appear in a specific way. What makes the cyberpunk distinct from the other art styles? Let me show you. First of all, the palette. Very specific one. Most important are all purples, pinks and the very dark, almost black blue. This paint is called Payne's Grey and it's actually one of my favorites. My first prototype didn't have yellow colors at all. But finally I decided that this is a good decision to add yellow to the mix. This is the most difficult part of the process, as frequently small decisions like adding some colors or removing one makes a huge difference. When I finally have my palette, I need the general concept of how to approach the painting. I've made several assumptions. First, make the model distinct from the background. I need much darker bases. They will also have neon lights, but lights were made with less vibrancy and darker in general. Dominating colors are purples and pinks. There is a blue in the mix, but it's applied mainly at the top parts and at the back of the models near the exhaust engines. Guns and joints are darker than the rest of the model. I made them using slightly different color mixes to make them distinctive. Yellow color is always applied for eyes energy weapons, and FX glowing type of parts, a shield in this example. Grid at the base. Grid is very common in synthwave. The distinctive shape of the model is achieved by using high contrast color nearby, rather than using lights and shadow in a classical sense. And last but not least, pure chaos. There is not such a thing like an order on symmetry here. Dozens of lights applied from many directions. If you know the general rules of thumb, how to approach that topic, everything else is the technical execution. It always helps to make a proper airbrush pre-shading. So, after the initial pre-shading, now it's just a humble, boring blending. I am using rather thick coats, as in my opinion I have never had enough time in my life to make too thin coats. You just need the quality paint that has a good coverage. It is ready. Just a short disclaimer, these are Tau alternative models. I'm just using the rules in the Tau book for the 40K, but I wanted the Tau to look better, and the Piper Max staff did a fantastic job with all of the designs. Don't get me wrong, I pick up GW models as well whenever they make a good release, but in case of the Tau, I think that they didn't receive enough love. Bye bye.